Hi Virgo, and welcome to your monthly love predictions reading. So lovely to have you here, Virgo. I am going to be doing this love predictions reading for Virgus. Oh my god, that was Virgo and Taurus combined. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Risings, or people who have strong Virgo placements in their chart. If you are here as a cross watcher, checking up on your favorite Virgo person, welcome. I have nothing against cross watchers. I just feel it is my duty to let you know I'm a very honest tarot reader. So if you see or hear something you're not comfortable with, you have been warned. Now, Virgo, this is a love-specific monthly reading. If you'd like to get a general love or general reading on your month ahead, be sure to subscribe for my April predictions. They will be out from the last week of March until the first week of April for all signs. We're going to start by getting an oracle card for you, Virgo, which will tell us the main theme you'll expect to experience in the month ahead when it comes to love. For Virgo spirit, what is their main theme in the month ahead when it comes to love? What's going on here for Virgo? Oh, that card has kind of been haunting us. It hasn't come out for all the signs, but I have seen this card coming out quite a little bit on the side as a bottom deck energy. So I was wondering who it was going to come out for next. Virgo, you're the lucky duck. We have Blood Angel coming out, which is the number 7. This card being reversed, I don't think is a coincidence. In fact, it's even having a hard time like focusing on the camera. So something about this card feels like an omen or a sign for you. I feel like I need to consult the book for you. I'm going to pull some messages from the guidebook. I don't usually do this, but this is a newer deck. And if I feel called to, I just got to trust that intuition. Now, the passage associated with this card is huge, so I will not read all of it. I'm just going to read what I feel is going to resonate for you, Virgo. I've got an interesting energy. I don't know how I feel. I'm going to grab my Amazonite to help me clearly discuss what I'm picking up on. So here's your message from the guidebook. Blood Angel. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me, like a falcon that steals a bird and steals it away, that hunts a bird and steals it away. It captured me and flew back to infinite space. As I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. I feel like you're coming out of something here. With that card being reversed, it feels like you're coming out of something here that has been quite consuming for you. I want to say that the goal of this isn't to move quickly, but to move forward with intention. And I will say, Virgo, I am filming your reading under the full moon in Virgo, in the sign of Pisces. So it feels like moving forward for you is about intention and not necessarily moving hastily. When it comes to love, it feels like that's the word I'm hearing on and on again in my brain for you, Virgo, is intention, intention, intention. I hope the full moon was an opportunity for you to ground yourself with some serious intentions of how you want to move forward. But the thing about this card being reversed is it almost feels like we need to purge something. And this isn't necessarily about getting rid of something or trying to kind of leave something behind. It's almost like we need to let something come to the surface and release it. We just need to release it in order to move forward. So that has something to do with you moving forward intentionally. You have to release something as well. I hope this makes more sense as we progress. I'm going to pull some tarot out now for you to get more specific information about your month ahead. For some of you, this is about releasing the truth. What is going on for Virgo over the next month in terms of love? My gosh, I got my hair over here too. Get out of the way. Now, your first card is the 9 of Wands in the reverse position. What is going on for Virgo when it comes to love, spirit? What is going on for Virgo when it comes to love? We have Divine Feminine in the reverse. This is a beautiful card, actually. Pause it if you want to have a look at it. There's a lot of symbolism here. Whew, there's some big energy. What is going on for Virgo when it comes to love over the next month? We have Hanged Being as well. I'll get one more card. What is happening for Virgo over the next month? We have Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups seems to be a collective energy at the moment. I'm not going to lie. It seems to be when it comes out for one of the signs in that element, it seems to come out for at least one other sign. So it's you and one other sign. So if you have a lot of earth in your chart, you may be really a part of that collective pull of moving forward and releasing things that no longer serve them. Now, your bottom deck energy is Eon, so it feels like we're in this sort of Genesis moment where we may be trying to start something, but Eon is also about having a familiarity to something that has existed for a long time. This idea of a continuum. Yes, there's a new beginning, but there was never really a clear ending either. So it kind of feels like you're in a cycle at the moment that is transforming without the death energy of transformation. It's more about you looking at your circumstances differently and moving forward with the information that you have, with the wisdom that you have as well. Okay, so let's start over here with the Nine of Wands. In your first week, I see that there's something that's encouraging you to let down your defenses, to be more receptive, and to allow energy to come your way. This is about sitting still and not pushing forward, not projecting energy like assertively. No. Your first week, which is happening right now, because in terms of our timeline, this is mid-March. Your first week is really about sitting still and being receptive, because I think that that week is a turning point for you when it comes to love. We either have the chance to reconsider our approach towards our love life, or we're going to be re-strategizing a completely different way forward. I think we need something to come in before we can do that though. And I do believe that with Blood Angel reversed, you should not be plowing ahead or making big plans over what to do with your energy. It's more about sitting still and being receptive. Can we clarify that Nine of Wands energy for Virgo, please, Spirit? What is going on here? Spirit is showing me the Tower reverse. So some of you could be picking up the pieces of something that happened quite suddenly in your life, picking up the pieces. You may even be helping somebody else who is going through a difficult time right now. But I see with the Tower that you're really supposed to, in mid-March, be in this energy of careful, intentional action when it comes to your love life, because you are definitely at a turning point and you need to consider how you want to move forward. I do believe something has recently happened to you or to the person you're dealing with when it comes to love, and it's kind of forcing you to be very careful about how you rebuild your relationship. I want to say that this isn't necessarily romance. For some of you, this is you and a loved one. They've been going through a difficult time and you're kind of there, but you need to understand how to be there without losing yourself in the process. It feels like you may be rebuilding a relationship by redefining your boundaries and your role, because the Tower it may be indicating you were somebody's rock when actually you had no business being there as that, like in the sense of that was a lot for someone to expect of you. Take it if it resonates. That's a very specific message. The overall energy I'm getting there is that this has to be, we have to step forward carefully with intentional action, ensuring that we're not repeating past mistakes and that we are moving forward slowly, because we're still recovering from some sudden change there with the Tower. In your second week here, which will be the end of March in terms of the timeline, we have the Divine Feminine card in the reverse position. So This divine feminine card is referencing an inability to grow, a feeling of infertility, and again, delayed growth, so delayed movement in a way. I feel like the reason this card is reversed is because we need to kind of just ground ourselves at the end of March. We don't need to feel pressured by the outcome. We should be grounding ourselves in what we are trying to create, full stop. For some of you, this is caution over your energy and how you share it with others. I am seeing that if you don't wish to have a child right now, then that is caution to make sure you take the appropriate action to protect yourself from that outcome for the time being. But more than anything, this divine feminine reversed is just saying we need to be spending more time grounding ourselves, not thinking too far ahead, not thinking too big. When it comes to love, I feel like now is not the time to start a new relationship for you or to really have big expectations over your current relationships. It feels like the end of March is more about just focusing on what is in front of you and healing that instead. What is happening here with this divine feminine for Virgo spirit? Yeah, mother comes up with that energy, mothering. And when it's in the reverse, yeah, we've got the Ace of Cups reversed too. It's often about mothering yourself. With this Ace of Cups reversed, we're looking at unrequited love, which means that we need to keep our cup to ourselves. The end of March is not a time to be sharing your emotions with everybody and anybody who's there to listen. It's not a time to overextend yourself. It's not a time to expect too much from your love life. It's a time to fulfill your own needs, to focus on grounding yourself, and to ensure that you aren't expecting too much from that moment. Because I see with the Ace of Cups reversed, love needs to be kept close to you, Virgo. Otherwise, it's going to be unrequited. It's going to feel like it's not growing anywhere, and that's because it isn't intended to right now. It could be that the people you're expecting growth with are not able to give you what you deserve for this moment, and Spirit is protecting you from an unsavory outcome by limiting the options that are coming your way. I see with the Hanged being here, in the first week of April, which is the third week in our love reading, you're being prepared to, by this feeling of infertility, you're being prepared to look at your circumstances in a different way. And this makes me think that you're looking at somebody around you differently, especially if you're single. You're looking at them in a different way, in a different light. The card clarifying that is the Lover's card. So I feel like we've been put in an unfertile situation at the end of March, and it's forcing us to look at what we do have differently. It feels like we're realizing something about our circumstances, and we're kind of making our mind up about how we want to move forward. This month is about pausing. No hasty action, no hasty decisions. Don't project huge expectations. Sit still enough to be able to let the right information come your way. Don't force it to happen. Don't expect too much to happen. Just stay receptive, stay open, stay still. And I see that by the first week of April, you will have the answers you're seeking. It's important that you trust how you feel and that you follow your intuition with this, because I do believe that this had been there all along, but you just weren't seeing it for what it was. It feels like you're looking at someone who's already in your life in a different way, and you're realizing something about them. For most of you, this has to do with you knowing what decision you need to make in order to move forward. And we can see with the Eight of Cups over here that that decision is about you moving forward and leaving something behind because it no longer serves you. This could be a behavioral pattern. This could be a way of thinking. It could very well be a person. It's up to you and your intuition and your heart to figure out what that is in the first week of April, because by mid-April, your mind is made up. Your heart has settled on this idea of you moving forward. You don't necessarily understand what the path ahead has in store for you, but you know that there is nothing left for you where you currently sit. So you need to move forward. And it may take time to kind of build this ideal outcome. But again, it's so much better than sitting still in this stagnant, infertile land. So clarifying that Eight of Cups, we have, I didn't even look at it, I just shuffled it out. We have the Death card, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not. No, it is the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. We have the Queen of Pentacles who's struggling to focus. So what I'm seeing there with the Queen of Pentacles is realizing your worth, understanding your options, and figuring out that you need to be selfish in some level in order to get what you deserve. I see that the decision to move forward has to do with you not getting your needs met on a very physical level. You're almost needing to go out and become more materially stable, which may look like you gaining financial security to aid your quest with your love life. But at the very least, it's about you identifying what you deserve and the fact that your deserving needs are not being met. So by the end of this monthly reading, which will be mid-April, you've realized something about the people around you, about your love opportunities or your partner, and you're knowing now what you need to do in order to get what you want. And it puts you in this compromising position in the sense of you have to do something that could be perceived quite selfish from certain people, but you know it's in your best interest and you know this is what you need to do. So at the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands reversed. Someone is not happy with the choice that you've made because it was not in their plan. But I see that this is a selfish person. So your needs are self-serving in a deserving way. A King of Wands reversed is selfish in a possessive way. So it's almost like this person wasn't expecting you to do this. They weren't expecting you to realize this or to take control away from them, which is control that should have been in your hands in the first place, it feels. So I'm getting that a relationship dynamic is definitely changing for you, and you're learning how to take back power that should have been in your hands from the beginning. So let me pull an advice card for you to close your reading, Virgo. What is the advice for Virgo over the next month when it comes to love? Yeah, some of you could have been dealing with a very jealous, possessive person here who thrived on keeping you in this position of feeling like you weren't as powerful as you were, or as you are, because you are still powerful. What is the advice for Virgo? We have memory and we have abundance. So I really do believe that something in your past needs to be addressed and left in your past in order for you to move forward. Grape makes me think of a lot of fertility. It makes me think of a lot of growth, a lot of fun, because I always think of wine when I think of grapes. The number 23 on this card is my personal lucky number. So I do believe there is going to be a lot of good fortune ahead for you. And I believe with the water element on this card that your advice is to trust your feelings and trust your intuition, to know that things can get better, and to know that these simple choices can lead to some pretty big well-needed changes, to pivot into new directions and to not be afraid to try new things, Virgo. That can be very scary for someone who likes to be calculated, but you need to know that there is a fortunate change in the wind for you when it comes to love. And your other advice over here with the memory card has to do with accepting things that have happened in your recent past and allowing those unexpected changes to help you pivot into new directions. You need to know that the past doesn't need to repeat itself. As long as we learn from what we've experienced, we can experience new things, and those things do not have to happen to us again. I see this as an opportunity for you to recreate yourself with Leo here, and for you to redefine how you want to grow from here. With rosemary, there's a sense of being protected. Rosemary is my protective herb, so whenever I work with it, it's usually to protect my body or my spirit. And I see you are protected. I see this as a bit of a trial by fire, but fire is wonderful in the sense of we grow through the ash once it's burned to the ground. And in your case, it feels like something is already burned. It's as simple as choosing a way forward through this growing experience and where you want to grow next. So I do believe you've got this in the bag, Virgo. That's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to your love life over the next month. I hope that was helpful. It was a very intuitive reading for me. Didn't entirely make sense to myself, but I hope there were messages there that can be helpful for you and that can help you feel more informed about what is to come. Please know your future is not set in stone. You don't have to accept this as the way things are intended to be. Your predictions readings are good to help you understand what could happen, and then you can use that information to rewrite your future through your actions, through your intentions. What you do is your reality. So use it or lose it. It's up to you. If you feel called to, you may have messages in the other areas of your chart. Your sun, moon, rising sign is usually a good place to start. Otherwise, I hope to connect with you in my next monthly reading, Virgo. Please look after your beautiful self, and I shall see you very, very soon. Bye.